Hello Facebook. We're going live today. We're going to in my middle hive. This is a new one that we got this year. It's time for me to put some honey supers on it. So I've got 2 honey supers. These are 8 frame supers that we're going to put in with some wax backing foundation that's already started. So today we're going to open up this hive, put them in there. When we started this hive, they had already started building some comb on my top plate. So you'll see me in the middle of this. I may have to call an audible and basically tear out some of this wax framing, break off that comb and stick it on there. So it'd be interesting for both of us, you and I, to try this out. But as you can see here on the front of this hive, see how they're bearding out on the front compared to this other one? That's caused by 2 things. One of them is the hive's getting full. 2 is just because of the temperature. It's getting hot outside, so they come beard out on the outside of it to kind of remove heat from the hive. So without further ado, I'm gonna throw my hood on and get started here.
They're landing with the pollen here. I was going to show one that's got pollen.
Yeah, there he goes. As you'll see some come in land from time to time and have some pollen on their legs. Alright guys, so if you'll come over here and take a look at this one, maybe better for you to come on the back side. You can kind of see these bees here in this middle right here. This is where they have actually attached their comb to my top plate. So when I pull this top plate off and turn it upside down, you will see the audible I was talking about having to pull.
Are you going to smoke them first?
We can, but you'll watch them retreat back in the hive here.
Get them off of that comb.
But we are fixing to we're not gonna make any friends right here, that's for sure. All right, ready for some excitement here. So when I pull this up, you'll see the comb that I was talking about. Sorry, bait.
Oh, it's 3.
Oh wow! See, this is the comb that they built themselves. Pretty impressive, huh? My only concern is my queen bee on here.
Well, can't we just leave that and put some empty combs in there?
Well, I could, but this brood will be up top then, and with the honey supers, so that's my only concern with doing that. Unless I could find the queen and get her off of here.
Kathy Barrett says, be careful, Fraker.
I'm gonna try, Kathy. That's pretty impressive that they built this on their own. Now that looks like a drone. She's gonna have, see, this is This is a drone right here. That's a drone bee. The queen is going to have a very big abdomen, and I don't know. It's full of brood. You can see all this capped cells right here. This is all brood chambers. So basically, brood is baby bees. I don't see her over here anywhere. I do see some larvae though, so she is roaming around. If we see her, we'll catch her in the queen holder I've got. Time being. I have upset the apple cart. Man, this baby is booming. There's a lot of bees in this hive.
I'll come back around there. What are you doing?
I'm just cleaning off some of this excess some of the excess comb that they built up, kind of preparing to
Yes, Miss Kathy, I have protection on. My top half anyway. They're being nice today though.
They are. I'll pull out one of these frames and kind of show you.
Hello, Terry Moran.
Watch out, girls. Kind of show you what they're doing here. If you can get up here, you can see that larva in there. Can you get close enough to see the larva? Yeah, see that white little maggot looking in there? That's a baby bee. Once it gets another day or so in here, they'll cap it over.
Which is those brown things?
Yep, the brown is the cover. That's the capped brood. So I do have a very active queen in here. She's laying brood and doing her job, so that is good. I wish I could find her.
Is that her?
No, that's a... Where at?
Right there.
No, that's a drone. There's another one right here. They're just bigger, you know, bigger. The bee itself is bigger. Our queen's just going to have a real long abdomen on her, which is the striped part that you see on the bee. And then you can imagine with this many bees in a hive, it's not easy to locate her. But she's usually...
Oh, there she is.
Where?
The blue dot.
Looky there. It's always good to have a trained professional man in the camera.
Travis says smoke them.
Smoke them! Smoke them while you got them. So see what I've got here? This is our queen catcher. So I'm gonna pull this out.
Do you have to catch her since she's in this one?
Well, I wanna catch her just to make sure that nothing happens to her.
Okay.
And then right before we close the hive up, I'll put her back in there. Because as everyone knows, if the queen bee's not happy, nobody's happy. So if something happens to the queen in a hive, it's very easy for her to, for the hive itself to go away. All right. So I got our hive, our queen successfully called in here. So she'll be, oh, where'd she go?
Oh, great.
Isn't that nice? I just dumped her out in there. That's great. Well, I'd say good luck finding her again. That's not good.
Do you think you dumped her on the ground?
I don't know. I'm just looking to make sure that she's not. I don't see any movement down here. Alright, I didn't think I dumped her on the ground. I'm pretty sure she hit right back in here.
Can you pick this one up? Maybe she's in that batch.
I don't see her.
Aunt Connie says hello.
Hello, Aunt Connie. Alright, hold on, we gotta be careful. Sliding, there's a bunch of them here on the edge.
Pat Limbaugh said, let me know when you have honey.
Pat, that's the $1,000 question.
Oh, there she is. Right there.
Alright,
See
well,
the blue dot?
she's back in the hive. That's good. I thought I saw her hit on the top of that frame, but
Let's leave her alone.
yeah. We won't bother the queen. We want the queen happy. Alright, so now, one of two things. We can basically break these off and try to get them on top of one of these supers, which is going to be super hard, but let's give one of them a whirl to see. They may be actually be even too tall to fit in there. Which they are, but let's give it a whirl, because if we can save that brood, then that'll be good. We will call this Beekeeping on the Fly 101.
Learning.
Yeah. Learning. As you can see, they made these 3 combs all themselves. Just impressive that they did that with no foundation, nothing to really work off of.
Oh. Do I need to hold it? How are you going to move it?
Very carefully.
Well, I mean, don't you need to like stick some bobby pins in it to have something to hold on to?
Maybe. Alright, so what I did there was stuck some bobby pins in this thing, so once I get it broken loose from the top,
I might put one right there.
we'll be able to move it. You got that?
I can't promise anything.
Come on, Vanna. Alright. So this is going to be the interesting part.
Disclaimer, we do not know what we are doing.
Yeah. But the reason I have to take them off of this top plate is this top plate's going to go on the very top of my hive. So got to see about how to get these girls moved. If I can get them to all kind of move away, then I can get this thing in here.
It looks bigger.
It is bigger. It's probably about ½ an inch bigger.
Can you cut the bottom off of it?
Well, I can, but to do that, I'm gonna have to lay them down. And I just don't know. I was hoping I'd be able to kind of squish it. This will not make them very happy. Happy bees.
Can you just...
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, maybe you put the bees in there and spray them, smoke them, and so they'll come off of that and throw that away.
Well, this has got some good brood in it. I hate to throw all that brood away. Let's see if I can get them off there. Then if I can get them off there, maybe I can dust it. Cut some of it off.
Oh, look good, isn't it?
They are not happy.
Sorry for the terrible camera work.
I know, girls. Sorry. Trying to save who I can. But there's some loss of life here. Alright. This just may work.
We have new people. Tell them what you do.
Alright guys, so kind of run through real quick what I'm doing. This was one of our new hives this year, and be quite honest with you, I kind of drug my feet about putting a honey super on top of it, and they started building their own comb. So what I'm doing here, I'm having to go in and really dissect this thing, and I took one of theirs and put it in here. And these bees will come in just a few days time and really have this thing sealed up and operating. As you can see, I was able to save a lot of the brood.
Careful.
I did have to sacrifice some of them, but they will reproduce and get this back going very quickly. And we did spot our queen in here, so the queen is in the hive and doing well. So kind of the same thing. What I'll do here is I'll smoke these, bust this comb loose. I'll go over and use our brush, get the bees back in the hive.
Put those in before.
Yep. Then I'll come back over here and trim this comb so we can get it in a frame. We'll try to save as much of this as possible. The bees really do not like me right now. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us and watching. I will ask while you're doing this, if you'll go to my YouTube page, like and subscribe to my YouTube page. You can see bee videos, real estate videos, double take videos. You got it?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll try to save as many of these girls as we can. Man, that's just impressive. They build this all on their own. No foundation, no nothing. So, very impressive. grab that tool. Alright. So same thing here. There will be some loss, but we're saving a lot of comb that takes these bees a little while to build. There's probably a better way of doing this, but
we don't know what it is.
This is kind of how we're having to do it right now. The best way to do this is to stay on top of the bees and don't let them get this far down the line before you.
What is the milky stuff?
The milky stuff is larva. That's the loss of life that I'm talking about. That's the jelly that they put inside for the bee larva to create. I can probably, this one right here I just busted open. So see, that was a new coming bee, probably a couple days away from coming out. I know I'm making a lot of these little worker bees very angry. But like I said, we're going to save as much of them as we can. We'll get this comb back in here and
Bud Miller's watching.
Get him in here. How you doing, Mr. Miller? And these guys will come in here and take care of that brood. See, we just replace it in here. That way they've got a good frame to work off of. And for those of you that were on a little bit earlier and haven't just now joining or didn't see, we did locate our queen. So our queen is active and laying in the hive. Found lots of brood, and what I'm doing is I'm putting 2 honey supers on top of this hive because they're expanding a lot, growing a lot. So that's kind of what we're doing now. And in doing that, of course, we found this, basically where the bees have took it upon themselves to fill the gap. There's a lot of bees. All right. So this is our last one. We'll get this one broken away. We'll get looky there, hive beetle. I don't know if you can see them or not. There's what that's a hive beetle looks like. That's the first one I've seen in here, which is a good thing.
Tell them why we have less hive beetles.
We have less hive beetles. Our first 2 years we struggled with hive beetles. And then we read a little book or an article called The Birds and the Bees. Basically it pointed beekeepers towards putting their bees around their chickens to help eliminate hive beetles. You got it? Mm-hmm. The hive beetles come out of the hive, go down into the ground, and lay their larvae. And then, once the hive beetles hatch, they come back out of the ground, climb up, and get inside the hive, and they're a nuisance, as any beetle is, most of the time, especially for bees. But they can overtake a hive and basically run the bees out of the hive if they go unchecked. So we moved our bees down here with our chickens, and since our hive beetle problem has diminished considerably. We'll try to get most of these girls back in the hive. A lot of them do not like me. Rightfully so.
So what are you cutting that for?
I'm cutting the cutting this comb so it fits into our frame. Our frames are only so big, and these bees had taken upon themselves to, you know, build their own comb. So I'm trimming this down so it'll fit inside of our frame. When we covered it a little bit, you'll see some milky substance when I'm breaking this open, and that's one, it's the queen's, it's the jelly that they feed the bees, and it's part of the larva, the baby bees, that I'm having to kind of exterminate to make this thing work.
Otherwise you just throw it all out.
Yeah, otherwise I have to throw, oh, look at there. Another hive beetle. That's two.
Okay.
Hey, come on, dude. All right. I have to say I'm quite pleased with my cutting. Just doing it by eyeball effort.
You need to put the bobby pins in.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put the bobby pins in this one, just to keep it to hold. The bobby pins will help hold our comb in there. But then the bees will come in here and fill the gaps and make sure that it's stable. They'll kind of shore everything up where it needs to be. Alright, watch out, girls.
You got one on your thumb. Well, let me show the pollen.
Oh, no, that's not a good one. All right. So now, what are you hunting for?
You're just showing me bees.
All right, so now these are our honey supers. This is what we're putting on. Basically, it's just a medium frame with a wax foundation, and the bees will build off of this and the full comb like you just saw us move here. So we'll get all this ready and make sure our girls, let's see if I can get them to go down in the hive a little bit off the edges.
You're going.
Alright guys, so if this looks like something interesting that you'd like to show others, please share with your friends. what we put on here is a honey super. We're going to put another one on top of this one. And I will come down here in just a few. And put our missing frames in this one. But when I've got everybody online, I'm gonna clean up some of the mess that they've made here just so they don't try to build on it again. Kathy, we'll have to get you over here in a bee suit. I'm sure the girls would love to see you. Woo.
What are you going to do with these girls?
These girls, I will brush them. This is an empty hive. There's really nothing in it at this point in time. So we'll get those girls back on there. Kind of running all over the edges here on me. All right, so while I got you online, before I drop you right quick, let's I'll show you what the honey super, what it will look like.
And when do you take the honey?
We will take the honey. Usually they call it a fall flow. So we'll give it another a little bit here to see if we get some good honey. Looks like this one's looking pretty good.
Hello, Charlene.
Because we have to leave some honey on them to get through the winter time. Oh yeah. But that's what a good honey super looks like. That is all honey right there. That is capped honey. This entire frame.
So when will you add to this one? Because that looks pretty full.
Yeah, this one, well, if I come through here and look, this one on the end right here looks like it's pretty good. The one right next to it, they're still building out on. So without going any deeper, it looks like they still got room to build in this one. Just from what I see right here. So I mean, I may be able to get 1 or 2 frames of honey out of this one. But the whole thing is not ready to pull right now. As far as pulling away with.
Oh, quit. You little stinker.
But you can see they're working pretty good. I mean, this side is just about completely full.
Hey, Dr. Mullins.
Of honey. This side is looking pretty good with honey. You'll notice, I'll show you something pretty cool on this hive. See how they have these holes up here in the top? You can see next to the end of my tool. And on this side up here as well. They call those communication holes. It's where the bees will make them so they can travel back and forth from frame to frame and communicate with one another. Very interesting animals. They're not animals, insects. Just let you know how much the Creator had to do in creating them. All of them have a job to do as they grow and mature through their lifespan. They move from one job to another, to another, to another, and teach each other along the way. It's just, I don't know, amazing. So if you don't have anything to do on a Tuesday night, you can come out and hang out with the Frakers and the girls.
Dr. Mullins says he's in Michigan on a lake watching me.
Hey, Dr. Mullins, so you're on, I guess you're on Lake Michigan, maybe? That's a very large body of fresh water. This is pretty good though. So anyway, so that's what we've added here. Honey supers in this one. As you can see here, these girls are making some good honey. I know a few of these frames are just newer. I can tell by looking at them. We'll take a quick peek. They're working on it. Yeah, this is one that's not quite full yet. They've got a lot of capped honey here, but this they're getting ready. They haven't quite capped it off yet, but they are getting there. You can see a lot more of this communication holes down here where they're coming in and out down at the bottom. So before I let you drop, I'll give you one more quick lesson. So these bottom two boxes here, this one's painted up, this one's is not, but these bottom two are called the brood boxes. The queen usually will lay brood in kind of a basketball shaped formation. She'll go around in circles from the middle and just kind of work her way out, about the size of if I was to put a basketball in here. And then the bees will put honey on the upper corners of each frame, and then from there up they put honey. She's very meticulous in knowing where she can lay, and then 21 days later the bee hatches or comes out of the comb. The worker bees go in, clean it up, and then the queen can come back around and lay more brood. So they work systematically around the hive. Like I said, these just super impressed how they work. So as you see this, when you see a bee box, just know that normally the bottom two are going to be your brood chambers, and then anything above the bottom two are going to be honey supers as you work your way up the bee box. So we have we have 4 current hives. We got 3 here, and we got another one that's up here in the corner of the lot that swarmed on us earlier this year, and we caught them.
I just showed Ronnie the garden.
Sorry about that, Ronnie. Garden doesn't look very well. The life of a real estate agent, you kind of come and do what you can when you can. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll clue you back in on another one as we get ready to get into the hives. We do hope to, I'm gonna slip this off right quick. We do hope to get some honey this year, a little bit. We will share what we can. We'll at least do a taste test here on Facebook to let everybody know how it is. But we should get several frames of honey this year to try it out. So like I said, Matt Brand is my partner in crime with the bees, so we'll have to get Matt over here and check them out and pull some honey off of them before it gets too late in the season. When it starts getting real dry, they'll eat the honey themselves. We had 2 full frames of honey in here trying to move bees over into this one, and they gobbled it up, and all that honey's gone. So it doesn't take them long to eat it and be gone with it. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll clue you in. Like again, like and share it with your friends to go over to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to build up my subscribers on YouTube so I can have my own URL there, just so we can show bee videos, real estate videos, double takes.
You got one right under your chin.
On me? It's nice.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because they'll get you. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. It was a successful shoot. My videographer behind me there, Allison. Everybody say hello to Allison. And I probably just said that wrong.
You did.
Videographer, maybe. Not really. Just stay in my lane and play with the bees and not with the videos. She's shaking her head at me. So, hey, hope you guys enjoyed. Like it, share it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll tune you in next time. So until then, take care.